Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be tackling a very common problem this time of year, which is bug guts on the front of your bumper. If you take a road trip or go on a vacation, a lot of times you'll notice when you get back or when you get to where you're going, you'll have the bugs caked on there. And it's a very timely thing. You need to get these off as soon as you can because they are actually acidic. And the longer they sit on the paint, number one, the harder they'll be to remove. Number two, they can also etch into the clear coat and cause a lot of damage. So a lot of people don't know that, they don't think about it, but that's the reason I'm doing this video. Let you know how to remove them easily. First thing you need is Bug Off by Shine Supply. This is a highly dilutable bug remover, and you want the chemical to do the work. So this is something I like to use. Some people just believe in going out there with elbow grease and scrubbing across this paint, but you really don't want to do that. And another thing that's going to help you is this bug scrubber from the rag company. So those two things together are really going to make the process work a lot easier, a lot better. The results will be better. You won't damage the paint. So I'm going to take you through everything that I do. It's a pretty OCD process, so bear with me. I'm going to go through a lot of steps, but I want to show you my process, and you can adjust as necessary for your own needs, but this is how I like to do it, and it makes the next time around a lot easier if you follow all these steps. So let's get started. So I like to follow a three-step process before I ever touch the paint. The first step I like to do is to pre-treat this entire front bumper with a diluted rinseless wash. So I'm going to do that now and give it about 10 minutes and then come with the second step. I'm going to really focus on spraying the areas where the bugs are. What this is doing is it's going to soften up the bugs. A lot of times, if you catch them early enough, you'll notice this will actually knock them off without having to go any further. And ultimately, that's the goal. You want to catch them before they've baked in. But these have been on for about a week now, so they're good and baked in. If not more, they've probably been on for about 2 weeks. So I went on a road trip. So I'm going to let that soak for 10 minutes and come back with the second step. So it's been about 10 minutes. I'm going to take this hose and spray this bumper down. Just use the pressure from the water and try to knock off anything you can. If you have a pressure washer, that works even better. But be careful not to get the pressure washer too close to the paint. I've seen people get real close to the paint. I would stay probably at least 12 inches away, if not more. But with this hose, you won't have the problem. So let's get started on this. And you can tell it knocked that one mostly off, and there was one right here it kind of knocked off. Let's see if I can knock this one off. Stuck on pretty good. But it's definitely knocking some of those off, right? So that leads me to the third step. Take your Bug Off, which this is diluted 3-to-1, 3 parts water, 1 part Bug Off. Take this and just spray the surface down. Obviously, you want to make sure you're doing this on a cool surface, not in direct sunlight. Dilute 3-to-1, spray the surface down, let it sit for 30 seconds. So give it 30 seconds, and then we're going to agitate it. And I've got my bug scrubber down here in a soapy bucket. It's got this little pattern in it. I'm going to take this, get you some soap on there. It's been about 30 seconds. Now we're going to go over here, start to just lightly slide back and forth here. I'm going to spray some Bug Off onto this little scrub pad. And I'm not giving any pressure here, I'm just lightly going back and forth across it. Very light, just back and forth, straight line motions, not doing circles here. some of these put up a fight. And when they do, spray a little bit more bug off on them. Just lightly agitate them. They'll start to come off. From time to time, it's a good idea to check the scrubber for bugs. You can see this one picked up a lot. Go back to the bucket and agitate the scrubber against the grit guard to remove them. Get some more soap on there. So I've noticed that some of these bugs are still kind of hanging on. I'm going to add a little bit of soap to this front bumper with this little foam gun. If you have a pressure washer, you can use that as well. Kind of foam the bumper, right? So that's going to obviously add a lot more lubrication. And I'm going to go back once again to the bucket. I've got a grit guard down in the bottom here so I can get all the bug guts off. Pick up some soap. Probably spray a little bit more. Probably some more onto the bumper too. So I blasted this off with a hose for a final rinse, and I've inspected it, and most of the bugs are gone. I'm going to do a before and after at the end of this video, but right now what I need to do, since the bumper's still wet, is dry it off so I can apply the sealant. If I were doing the wash of this entire vehicle, I would do the wash phase and apply the sealant at the end, but because I'm only doing the bugs on the bumper just for this demo purpose, I'm going to have to dry it off and apply the sealant. So I'm going to show those steps now. And so for the last step, I'm actually going to apply Adam's CS3 to this, and it's real simple, real easy. This will be my layer of protection. You can spray it directly on the surface, but in this case, I'm just going to spray it into the towel and just go wiping across because I want to be able to control the areas where I'm applying this. And every time I wash the car, I typically use this as a drying aid so it reapplies it. But for this purpose of just the bumper, I'm going to spray into the towel, about 3 or 4 sprays. And after I've sprayed into the towel, just go to wiping it. You'll notice how slick this thing feels after you apply this. And I'm just going to flip to a dry section of the towel and buff this off. Really slick feeling now. So yeah, that's my process, and you can tell the bugs are pretty much gone. This car has probably some older bug guts on the paint. This is a 20-year-old vehicle. If you want to get those out, you'll need to use a machine polisher, but I'm not doing that for this process. I just wanted to get the bug guts that were on there off. So those are the steps. Thanks for watching this video, and if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing.